1978, I believe, is what you're talking about. The 1978 Night of Champions. Is that right?
No, we did a show. Gold's Gym ran Us Against the World, and I think Roy Callender did well in his class. I won my class, and then Robbie won the show, I think. And then Mike and I went to San Francisco. We brought our wives, and I kept gaining weight and gaining weight, and he was crying with laughter because my shirts, I couldn't even get them on. He's like, "Holy cow, you keep growing. We're gonna have to tie you up. You're gonna be like a balloon." I was that kind of guy. I could lose a lot or I can gain a lot.
Okay. Now, with Mike Mentor, you trained with him, and then you're mentioning that you grew and grew and grew. I mean, was that because you were just because of the way your body naturally reacts, or what was that to do as well?
For me, when I would use product, and I never used a lot like everybody says. I mean, I hear all this crap, I start laughing. I could tell you this. People today use more product in one show than I would do in 3 years. That's how much it's changed. The physiques are different, though. The golden era was about a pretty physique. It wasn't so much about being huge, but we still were pretty big for our time group. Today's comparison, no. But for our time, you got to understand. Like there's a guy who doesn't believe that I weighed 240 for my last show in New York. He says, "No way, it's not possible." He mentioned the Australian champion there, that he never weighed 240. I says, "I don't know about what he weighed, but I know the day of that show, when I walked in, I was over 240. And so nobody, and the only ones that know the facts are my friends that were there. And if you look at the photos, you can see that I was huge.
Yeah, I've seen them.
Nowhere like 81, nowhere like any time you'd ever saw me. I was the biggest ever. And I was not really drying out like these guys, because basically I was told that Momo Benizia had to win. Him and Dorian were fighting for first and second, and third was available. And so I said, you know what? Why not? I got paid to show up, and then I won a check for getting third. And then I retired again. But I was the kind of guy that I could gain or lose weight with no problem. Now that I'm old, I can't get rid of a pound. But when I was young, I was like Arnold. Arnold and I would we would train off, and we would thin out a little bit. And then when it was time to get everything rolling, we'd come right back. And so it was kind of good because we gave the receptors rest. When you train all the time and you don't stop, it's no good. It's like taking penicillin. How much can penicillin do if you take it all the time? And that's what these guys don't understand. You're better off taking time off in the sense of, switch the workout or even do a different sport where you're not going to get hurt. And then it refreshes the mind. It gives your body a chance to recover and then come back. But they don't do that. It's constant. I got to look great all the time.
So you're basically also talking essentially about cycling off, right?
Absolutely.
And I mean, is that basically what you're stating, that because you do give your body, your cells, and the receptors a chance to basically be desaturated of that process, when you get back onto the product, they react, and I mean, you get an incredible reaction.
You got to let the body rebound.
Yeah.
Because if you keep using the product the way these guys say, you completely shut down, and then there's no return. Then you're on product for the rest of your life. So half of these guys got to go to a doctor and need testosterone injections for the rest of their life because they never came down, or they never used the rebounding stuff they should have done, or used while they were doing the drug, so that your system doesn't completely shut down. I mean, look, I'm not an expert at the field, but I know it worked for me for what I did. Yep. So these guys today are constant, and they're dying younger and younger.
Oh, yeah.
Look, we know that all sports, I don't care what sport you're in, kills you. Whether you're a swimmer, whether you play football, whether you lift weights, eventually there's a price to pay because you damaged yourself. And now when you're taking steroids and you're taking cocaine and you're taking uppers and then you're taking downers and then you're drinking booze on the weekend, how much can your body take?
Exactly. The
So,
liver can only take so much.
well, and then we don't know what your genetic ability is. Everybody's genetics are different. Some people can get away with that, but there's a price to pay. All of a sudden they look old.
Yeah.
I'm 70 years old. I still get around pretty good.
Yeah.